guys, so today we're going to be chatting about new beauty launches. I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on a whole bunch of new products that are launching this month and whether or not they're going on my wish list or I'm going to go and pick them up like right away, or if I'm planning on just passing over them altogether. I do of course want to give a shout out to Samantha March because she has inspired so many of us beauty creators to make these kinds of videos for our channel. She started this whole Will I Buy It series maybe over a year ago now. I don't know how long it's been. It's been a while. She makes the videos every Wednesday, so I will link her channel for you guys in the description box of this video if you want to go check it out and see what her videos are all about. As per the usual, I have a feeling this video is probably gonna be pretty long. I've got lots of stuff to talk about with you, so grab a snack, grab a drink, get comfortable, because we're probably gonna be here together for a while. Alright, so first off, I want to talk about the new Nabla de Nude collection. You guys know, if you've been watching my videos for a while, I'm really into Nabla cosmetics right now. I did a big haul back in May and used a bunch of those products on my channel last month. So Nabla just recently released, I believe it's like their summer collection. They're calling it the De Nude collection, and it looks super beautiful. There are two eyeshadow palettes. Both of them only have 6 pans. They're calling them their cutie eyeshadow palettes. And then they're releasing 2 lip glosses that have kind of like a glittery shimmer kind of texture in them, as well as a brush set. So all the products can be purchased individually or you can buy them as a bundle. The bundle is 81 euros and 44 cents. The palettes are both 23 euros 50 cents. The lip glosses are 11 euros 90 cents and the brush set is 29 euros. Now, given that I did a giant Nabla haul less than 2 months ago, I'm not super keen on ordering again right this second. I'm trying to be a little bit better about my beauty purchases, but I would be lying if I said that I didn't kind of want basically everything in this collection. I don't need the brushes because I honestly have makeup brushes like coming out my ears, but they do look beautiful. And of the eyeshadow palettes, even though the nude one is a little bit more neutral and boring, I think that's the one I probably would choose to pick up of the two. The coral one is really cute, but I feel like I'm a little warm toned out. I have a lot of warm toned options, and I feel like neutrals never go out of style. So at least with the nude palette, it's the kind of thing that you could use for a classic smoky eye forever. I mean, it's makeup, so it's not gonna last forever, but you guys know what I mean. I think the thing I'm most intrigued by though in this collection are the lip glosses. They look so beautiful, and I've been on such a gloss kick lately. Honestly, both shades I would use. They look stunning. One of them is more of like a corally kind of color, which, as you guys are probably aware with my addiction to the Persona Coral Gloss, is a shade I really like. And the other one is called Champagne Supernova. Shout out to my Oasis fans. That one is more of a golden kind of bronzy color, and it looks, again, so beautiful. And honestly, if I could go to Ulta and pick up one of these glosses without having to like pay for shipping, I probably would run out and buy one of them like right now. Because with the conversion, they're still less than $14, which is not really outrageous for a lip gloss. So while the makeup lover in me is sad that it is not easier to get Nabla here in the United States, my wallet is probably happy about this because I'm pretty sure if I could just like run to the store and buy these, I would have already done it. Then let's move on to good old ColourPop. I feel like pretty much every month when I do these videos, there's always at least a couple of ColourPop things to talk about. So ColourPop dropped their summer makeup collection, which is called California Love. And the 12-pan palette that they released as part of this collection is very similar to Sweet Talk, which was their spring launch. And actually, if you look on the ColourPop website, they are calling this the soul sister of the Sweet Talk palette. And considering how much I love Sweet Talk, I'm actually wearing it on my eyes right now, I immediately gravitated towards this. It's got that same mix of mattes and shimmers and pressed glitters, but this time it's in more of a neutral brown with kind of some warm orangey yellow tones mixed in. And again, while it is very neutral and nothing that's super revolutionary or interesting, I feel like it looks so beautiful and is the kind of thing you could reach for every day and create so many looks with without having to think too hard. So like, I would be lying if I said I didn't want this palette. And I did put it on my birthday wish list. I'm actually having lunch with my best friend today, so I have not gotten my birthday gift from her yet, and I have a sneaking suspicion there will be some kind of makeup-y goodness in that gift, so we shall see. If she did not choose to gift this to me, which would be totally fine if she didn't, I may end up picking this up for myself. But yeah, so we shall see how that all pans out. As for the rest of the California Love collection, there are some lippies as well as some shades of the BFF mascara. I probably will hold off on picking up any of those. I am testing out the black BFF mascara right now, and it's not bad, but it's not amazing. I find it to be a little bit flaky, smudgy on me. It's not the most budge-proof mascara I've ever used. So yeah, at least I can resist those other things for now. And then ColourPop also launched a new 9-pan palette to add to their little monochromatic family. This one's yellow and it's called Honey. It is super cute, and I do really love the whole monochromatic palette theme that ColourPop has got going on. I don't own any of them yet. I think the It's My Pleasure palette is probably the one that calls to me most because I love purple. But I do think it's a really cool concept, and knowing how good ColourPop eyeshadows are, I feel like they can do it well. So this one, you know, makes sense. They didn't have a yellow palette yet, so that fills a missing spot in the rainbow. And as much as I love yellow, which I actually do enjoy as a color, I've never been afraid to wear it in my clothes or in my makeup, whatnot, I think I will probably pass on this guy for now. Because again, I haven't really like started collecting all the monochromatic palettes, and I don't really feel like I need to. I think I would probably just rather get one of the 12-pan palettes, get one with the glitters, because that's what I'm really into right now. But if you love yellow, I mean, I feel like it looks like a really beautiful palette, and I'm sure the shadows perform super well. Also, along with the palette, they released some new 4th Ray Beauty skincare products, as well as like a little yellow pigment duo. I haven't really been very inclined to try 4th Ray skincare. I've heard very mixed things, and I have no shortage of other skincare products to try right now, so I'm not really interested in picking that up. And the pigments, again, I also don't like to buy too many of them because I know I don't use them super frequently. I do have one of the Zodiac pigments, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. So if you were really into these yellow colors, I'm sure that they would be nice, but I personally know I don't need them. So moving on from ColourPop, let's talk about some stuff that's new at Sephora. So I have heard absolutely nobody talk about this product yet, but I happened to stumble upon it when I was looking at the new arrivals section of the Sephora website, and it did have me intrigued. So Pretty Vulgar has released a new foundation, and I believe that previous to this, they never had a full coverage matte foundation. They just had a product that was more of like a tinted moisturizer. So it's called the Cool AF Lava Water Foundation. It retails for $39 and it contains 1.18 fluid ounces of product, which is pretty standard. The packaging looks absolutely beautiful. That is one thing that Pretty Vulgar does really well. They have this very vintage kind of aesthetic, and this bottle has this really cool ombre kind of detailing with roses on it. It looks like the kind of thing you want to have displayed on your vanity. And they describe it as being matte and full coverage, but with a very lightweight texture. It's also supposed to have cooling properties. So I kind of envision this in my mind as being similar to Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion or the Nabla Close-Up Futuristic Foundation, which is what I'm wearing today, because those two guys are described in exactly the same way. They are very matte and they have a lot of pigment in them, but they have a really lightweight texture that doesn't feel thick on the skin. So I'm really intrigued by this, but it only has like 3.5 stars on the Sephora website. There aren't a lot of reviews, but the fact that they aren't like mind-blowingly positive kind of makes me a little iffy. And I've seen no one on YouTube talk about it or demo it, so I feel like it hasn't been sent out in PR, and not a lot of people pay attention to Pretty Vulgar, so I'm pretty sure very few people have been giving it much attention here in the YouTube space. So I would love to see somebody demo it on camera so I could see how it applied and see what it looked like before I shelled out $39. I mean, that is kind of my job here to also do, so if there was like a lot of interest in that product, it might be something I would consider picking up to test out for you guys, because because, again, just something about it immediately drew me in. Maybe it was the packaging, but then again, the description is also very similar to my favorite foundations. Unfortunately, Pretty Vulgar isn't carried in any of my local Sephora stores, so I can't physically go and touch it and get a sample in person. So I don't know, I have mixed feelings about this one, obviously. I am kind of curious about it. I would like to try it. I have no idea if it would actually be any good, and $40 is, you know, a lot of money to shell out for a product. So let me know what you guys think. Have you heard about this? Have you seen anybody test it out? Is it something you would like to, you know, hear a review on? Let me know what you're thinking. Keeping on the complexion train, Ciate London released a new Watermelon Burst Hydrating Primer. They're getting on that watermelon bandwagon. It's a super hot ingredient in skincare right now, and I would be lying if I said that I wasn't one of the consumers that is responsible for making that trend happen, because I love watermelon scented everything. Anyway, so this new primer retails for $28. You get 1.35 ounces of product, and it's described as a lightweight multitasking primer that hydrates, brightens, and improves skin texture while prepping your skin for makeup. It's infused with watermelon as well as hyaluronic acid and vitamin E. And I did get to play with this a little bit the last time I was at Sephora when I was picking up my birthday gift, and it felt really nice. It has a very skincare-like gel kind of texture. It is very cooling and kind of watery. It smelled really good. So I think if you were looking for a primer that was just going to kind of refresh your skin, this might be nice. It's not the kind of thing that's gonna like fill in pores, and I don't think it's gonna make your makeup last a lot longer. So whether or not those effects are worth $28 to you is kind of based on your own personal preference. I did see that they have a little duo set that has the primer and a mini of the lip oil for $15, which I think would be a really cool way to try both products. The lip oil is also infused with watermelon seed oil and vitamin E. It doesn't seem like anything that's super crazy revolutionary, kind of just like a pretty shiny moisturizing lip gloss. But if you're really into watermelon scented things, this may be something you want to check out. I definitely added the duo to my loves list just because for $15 it seems like not a bad deal. I mean, you're not getting a ton of the primer, but let's be serious, how often do I finish a full-size primer anyway? Another one that I added to my Sephora loves list is the new Briogeo Banana and Coconut Nourishing Superfood Shampoo and Conditioner. I also smell this while I was at Sephora the other day, and it smells legit just like a banana popsicle, which I personally am obsessed with. I was one of those weird kids that preferred the banana popsicle over cherry or grape or orange or like any of your standard flavors. Like, I always have gravitated towards the weird stuff. That's just what I'm into. So I smelled that shampoo and conditioner, and it immediately gave me like hardcore nostalgia, bringing me back to my childhood, sitting, eating popsicles, eating those little Runts candies. I definitely dug it. And I do really enjoy Briogeo products. I've used several things from their Rosarco Milk collection. I've used their leave-in spray, I've used their hair mask, I used their blow-dry cream. I actually put it in my hair today. So I definitely want to try this. It's apparently limited edition, which I feel like I shouldn't make me like freak out and feel like I need to run out and buy it tomorrow. There's definitely that whole FOMO thing when it comes to limited edition products, and I really have no idea how limited Briogeo makes their limited edition stuff. So I don't know. I never normally splurge on shampoo and conditioner like that because they're $28 a piece, or you can get like a duo set, I believe, for $48. So that to me is like a little bit insane to spend on shampoo and conditioner. I would never normally do that. And yet I find myself actually seriously considering picking them up just because, I don't know, I just really like the way it smelled, and I'm sure it's gonna make my hair look really nice and soft and shiny. So I maybe will treat myself. I'm not sure exactly when, if not this month, maybe next month, but it's on my radar. Another thing that I also added to my loves list that's new is this little mini duo from Kaja. So I've tried a few products from Kaja now, and I've pretty much enjoyed all of them. I don't think I've disliked anything that I've tried yet. And the reviews on Sephora for both of these products in the full size seem really positive, which makes me want to get this set like even more. So this is the Mochi Minis Bouncy Blendable Highlight and Blush Duo. So they are little mini mini compacts of a cream blush and a cream highlight. The blush is in this very pretty kind of bright pink color, the highlights in sort of a white champagne gold, and the duo together is only $16. And actually, doing a little math price per gram comparison, the full sizes are normally 4.5 grams of product, and these minis each have 2.9 grams, so more than half the product. So actually, by getting 2 of them, you're spending $3 less and getting more total product. Not to mention the fact that, like, I know I never pan blushes and highlights, so I don't really need the full sizes. So this to me would be a perfect way to try both of these products out because they've been on my radar anyway. So yeah, this is also a limited edition set, so I have a feeling that once it sells out, they may or may not be restocking it. So this is something I might prioritize picking up. It is not too expensive. Again, 16 bucks. You can spend that much money at CVS like this. Now, speaking of highlight, this guy sold out in like 0.2 seconds, and if it hadn't, I might have considered picking this up. It's the Jouer Molten Glow All Over Face and Body Highlighter. I saw this teased on their Instagram a whole bunch over the last couple of weeks, and I would be lying if I said that I didn't think it looked absolutely beautiful. So this guy's apparently twice the size of their normal highlights. It has this gorgeous gold glittery component, and it comes with a little kabuki brush that you can use to buff it onto your shoulders because it is meant to be used on both face and body. The tone is this really beautiful, universally flattering kind of champagne gold. A lot of people are comparing it to the Amrezy highlight from Anastasia Beverly Hills, but apparently it's a little bit more glittery. Not that it has like chunks of glitter, but it has a microfine sparkle that really catches the light. So especially if you're using it as a body highlight, it's going to give you that super shimmery effect. And the whole thing with the brush is only $28. Now, I mean, $28 is not an insignificant amount of money, but when you think about like a Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector, I think is what, 38? So like, that's really pretty reasonable when you're considering you're also getting the brush. So I do have this on my loves list, but it is currently out of stock on the Sephora website. I haven't checked the Jouer website to see if they have it there. They might, but this was again another limited edition product. I have no idea if they're planning on restocking it. Right now it says email when in stock on Sephora, which usually means that it's not gone forever, but I don't really know. So if I missed out on this guy forever, I mean, I'll be maybe like a little bit bummed, but it's not the end of the world. I have a ton of other beautiful highlights, so I don't like desperately need this. I just think it's a really beautiful, special product, and I don't think the price is insane. So let's switch gears a little bit and talk about what's new and what's good at Ulta. I frequently stalk the new arrivals section of Ulta, kind of always secretly hoping that I'm going to see certain brands magically appear there that I've always wanted to be available at Ulta. And while I am still holding out on a few particular brands, there are some new arrivals that are exciting that you guys might want to know about. So The Ordinary is apparently now available at Ulta, which is really cool, especially if you're someone like me that hoards their Ulta points. The Ordinary is a very affordable brand. I know a lot of people rave about their skincare, and the way that they do their products, it's like each one is very minimal as far as its ingredients, so you can kind of customize your skincare routine to have exactly what you need in it. I've never done a ton of research on what products specifically I should use or that would work best for me and my skin concerns. So that's part of the reason why I haven't like gone out and just bought a bunch of Ordinary stuff before. But knowing that it's at Ulta now would make it a lot easier for me. I'm just thinking, you know, I'm racking up. I'm saving up to 2,000 points, kind of holding out for a 20% off coupon. So if that was the case, I could probably get like a bunch of stuff from The Ordinary and spend essentially no money. Definitely let me know also in the comments what you recommend from the brand. If you've tried something, what have you found to work really well, or what have you tried and it didn't work so well for you? I would appreciate your help in navigating the brand. Another one that's super exciting that's new to Sephora is Kiko Milano. I have definitely wanted to try things from Kiko for a while. They're another Italian brand like Nabla, but a little bit more drugstore priced. I guess they're not too different because Nabla is not super expensive for a higher end brand. But anyway, Kiko is a brand that, like, there were a few stores here in the US and then they closed them. It's never been super easy to get your hands on. So I'm really excited that they are now coming to Ulta, even though there's only like a limited number of products available at this moment. They have this like a green collection as well as their summer ocean field collection. And honestly, everything from both of these lines looks really beautiful. I definitely want to pick up some things from the Ocean Field collection. That was another thing I added to my birthday wish list that I may or may not be getting gifted something from, so we shall see. But regardless, I specifically had my eye on the bronzer and the highlight from the Ocean Field collection, as well as the like matte finish lipsticks. All of these looked so beautiful. I had a hard time finding a ton of swatches and reviews online because, again, I feel like Kiko is the brand that's like under the radar. Not a lot of US bloggers and YouTubers talk about their products. So that kind of makes me that much more intrigued to try the stuff, especially with it not being like astronomically expensive. Anyway, so all these products are in absolutely beautiful packaging. It's gold. It's got kind of like a ripple effect on it. The highlight and the bronzer are baked formulas that kind of have that marble texture to them. I'm sure they're going to impart a bit of radiance to the skin. And I actually currently don't have a glowy bronzer. I'm not like a huge glowy bronzer person. I do prefer matte to kind of more contour and sculpt out the face, but I do feel like a glowy bronzer is nice to have, like to have at least one of them, because sometimes it's nice to just kind of like top over your other bronzers just to give your face more of that like bronzy sun-kissed glow. And then the lipsticks look super pigmented and buttery and beautiful. There's a warm toned nudie shade called Could Be Rose that looks like completely right up my alley, as well as of course a vibrant hot red orange called Orange Crush that I am crushing on you, Orange Crush. It looks super stunning. And the lipstick's only $14, the highlight's $22, the bronzer is $28, so nothing over $30, which is really not bad for a product that looks like it would be comparable to something high-end. So these guys are definitely on my wish list. You know, the next time I do like a 2,000 point Ulta haul, I think I will definitely be picking something up from this collection. And then to wrap things up, let's chat a little bit about Too Faced. Now, Too Faced has actually launched a bunch of new products recently. They've been expanding on a few of their existing collections, it looks like. So first, within their Born This Way range, they've released a new pressed powder foundation. So it looks like this guy could be used as a setting powder or a touch-up powder, or it could be worn all on its own. It's apparently infused with coconut water, hyaluronic acid, and alpine rose, and it retails for $37. Now, this is still fairly new. It's only got 3-ish stars on Ulta, but it also only has 3 reviews, and it seems like one person hated it and the other 2 people loved it, so it's kind of hard to say what the verdict on this guy is yet. I did see Mel Thompson's review of this, and she didn't seem to be super in love with it, but her skin is also not as crazy oily as mine. So how it would work on her may not be the way it would work on me. You guys know if you watch my videos, I really enjoy powder foundations. I find them to be super fast and easy for the everyday. I just kind of put on a little bit of concealer where I need to cover up any breakouts or dark circles, and then I just buff some powder foundation on top, and I'm good to go. So this definitely has me intrigued. My current absolute favorite powder foundation is the Wander Beauty one. I really haven't found anything quite like that guy in texture. It's just super creamy, almost feels like a cream to the touch, but it's a powder. It's just super unique. And previous to that, the Bare Minerals Bare Pro was my holy grail for years and years and years. So I'm curious, you know, with this one, how it compares to the two of them, because the Bare Minerals is a little bit more of a traditional powder. It is a little bit more dry than the Wander Beauty one is, but with this powder being infused with ingredients like hyaluronic acid, it seems like maybe it could be the kind of powder that is silky and doesn't look too drying on the skin. I won't really know until I try it. So yeah, this is another one that may go on my favorites list, my wish list for Ulta that I may consider picking up with points. I don't really need a new powder foundation right now because I still am going through my compacts of the Bare Minerals and the Wander Beauty, but that hasn't stopped me from wanting to try new products before. So this definitely piqued my interest. I'm curious. I do think I want to try it. I'm not sure exactly when it's going to happen, but it probably will. And then Too Faced also expanded on its Hangover line. So they have their Hangover RX primer, and they also have a priming and setting spray. Now they have a moisturizer with SPF and a hydrating serum that they're adding. I do really love the primer and the spray from that range. I think they smell really nice. They're super hydrating without being too heavy on my oily skin. There are a lot of days where I use the Too Faced Hangover RX primer as a moisturizer, so I kind of think it does make sense that they would make a moisturizer that's kind of the companion product to that. The only downside is that the SPF that's in the moisturizer is a chemical SPF, which I am allergic to. Anytime I use chemical SPF on my face, especially multiple days in a row, I will get red, I will get breakouts, I will get irritation. It's not a good look. So I unfortunately will not be trying out the moisturizer. I mean, the primer works perfectly fine for me for the same purpose, so it's not really a bad thing for me. I don't need to be spending my extra money on these things anyway, so I think it's fine that I can pass over that guy. And the serum seems nice. It's a little expensive. It's $39. Right now it only has one review, but it's 5 stars. Someone seems to really like it, so it's possible that it would be really hydrating and feel really nice on the skin. It apparently has alpha hydroxy acids in it, and it's supposed to kind of give your skin a lit from within glow. So I'm curious to see what the feedback is on this as more people start to test it. I don't think I'm gonna like run out and buy it right away because again, I have so much skincare and I kind of want to focus on testing what I already have. I feel like skincare is so much harder to test than makeup because you need to use it over a sustained period of time to know what you think of it. Versus with makeup, I feel like you can wear a product 2 or 3 times and have a pretty good idea of how it performs. Not to mention the fact that I don't like to introduce too many new skincare products all at once, because then I feel like your skin can get kind of out of whack and then you don't know what caused the issue. So yeah, needless to say, the Hangover skincare products I am probably going to pass over for the foreseeable future, but I would be happy to get like a sample of the serum. Like if I saw it as something I could get as like a 100-point perk at Sephora, I would probably pick it up. Alright guys, so that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed hearing my thoughts on all of these new beauty launches. Definitely be sure to leave a comment down below and let me know if any of these things are also on your wish list or if you've tried any of them. Let us know what you think and whether or not we should buy them or skip out and save our money. As always, if you guys would like to see more of my face in your YouTube subscription feed, I hope you will consider clicking that button, and if you want notifications when my videos go live, because I'm the worst and I have no actual set schedule of when I upload, you may want to click the little notification bell. That way it will let you know when my new videos are here. And on that note, I've got to go meet my friend. As I mentioned before, we're having sushi together for lunch. I'm pretty excited. Love me a good sushi roll. But I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.